Hi, my name is Jacob Brunson. This is my week 5 or part 2 submission for the muzzleloader lab. So today we are going to be installing the thimbles as well as the barrel tendons and then the corresponding pins that go along with it. This is going to be a fun one for sure. We're going to be referencing obviously our muzzleloader lab book. I believe it's pages 16 to 20. Yes. So we're going to be referencing those the entire time. We're going to go ahead and kind of start the fitment for the thimbles, and we'll see where everything lines up and kind of go from there. So the first situation here that we're going to deal with is getting this thimble to be seated within here. Now I'm going to have to obviously kind of not touch the wood, as it says that very specifically in the book, but just kind of file everything and give it a little cleanup, so then when you do seat it in here, it sits almost perfectly. Well, it does sit perfectly is what you're shooting for. So this will be pretty simple. Looks like the hole's going to line up pretty good too for where they have it pre-cut there. Well, it's not pre-drilled, but it's marked out at least. That's where they want you to drill that. And obviously this one's already tapped, so it's just a matter of drilling said hole and kind of going from there. From what I do know, I'm going to have to kind of mock up the nose cap. I would like to do that just to make sure I have this kind of sitting where to where it's not sticking out, to where it's pretty flush there. So we'll make it look pretty, and we'll go from there. Okay, so being as these are the M4-70 screws, you can use a 1/8 drill bit. That would usually get you pretty close, but I'm gonna undersize it and do it that way first. So what I have here is a 7/64 drill bit, so we're just shy of it, and it is just about the same diameter as the screw itself. So I'm going to drill that out, and I'm gonna get the front thimble ready to go, and then we're gonna drill that out as well, and then we'll move on to the next process. So I'll get back to you when everything is drilled out and installed, and then we can take a peek at it. All right, now that we've gotten through that catastrophe, because that was super fun, I drilled the initial hole. I was going to put it back here, just so it was kind of closer to the exit where everything was going to sit, rather than doing it more towards the end. Well, when I made the initial hole, you kind of forget brass is really soft. Well, I found my way to the other side, so I think later on when this is all finished, I'll swap that out for something different. But we've got her sitting in there now. I adjusted the hole. I should have went. I didn't figure. I thought I went more center on that initial hole, but I did not. So I redid it. It's a lot better now. Now it's going to be the front thimble. Now I'm going to take the calipers, measure this out, so then I know where to put this hole. But I'm gonna make it flush, obviously, to the end of where the ramrod goes. This kind of inlet here where they have the indentation. We're gonna make it flush here. I guess you can see it better. But we're gonna make it flush. I'm gonna measure that, measure back, mark it, cut the hole. So we're gonna do and get this installed. Okay, now that I look back at it, it was not a very good video, I'd say, but we have the thimbles in at least. So from this point, which I'm gonna move some tools out the way. From here, now we're gonna do the barrel tendons. I am nervous about this just because of the tiny margin of error that you have. I mean, obviously we're gonna file everything in, punch it in with the hammer. Yeah, grab the punch and the hammer, do it that way, and then kind of get everything else kind of seated and where it needs to be. I'm probably gonna have to inlet a little bit for the barrel. I'm going to assume particularly right there where that screw is gonna go. That's the only thing I think I'm gonna have to inlet for, but I mean, other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. And this is probably on me, but I'm gonna look in the box again. I think I'm missing a screw, and it is one for the hammer, so I'll look in the box and double check, make sure I didn't lose it. And I still have the packaging sitting in there too, so it's probably in there in the packaging, but I digress. I will go ahead and get the barrel tendons filed down, and we will get them inserted back into the barrel. And then we'll kind of figure out where we're gonna go from there. So we'll measure and make this thing work. So yeah, we'll get back to it. All right, now our barrel tendons are in. We've got them filed. The barrel fits in there pretty good. I thought I was gonna have to inlet it a little bit, but as you can see, we're in there, both ends. We're all good to go. I actually just off of the camera, I put the ram rod in just to see how it fit, and you kind of have to file the inside of the lower thimble or the rear thimble. And then it's a little stiff getting out, and I think it's just how it's going in here, but either way it goes in, there's some rubbing that is going to be occurring. And I've also noticed that there's like I don't know how really to explain it, but it's like there's a raised edge on the actual rod itself, and I can't really tell what it is from or what it may be, but hey, we're gonna sink her in and hope for the best. She just about slides through, but we're in there. So yeah, I'm going to measure out, so down the, let me put this out of the way, like things in my hands, you know. So I'm going to measure to the midpoint here. I'm going to use my calipers to make that happen. My calipers are acting all crazy right now. I have no idea why. The only way I could fix it was taking the battery out of it, but yeah, we'll set the 0. But yeah, I'm going to measure it to the midpoint of that tenon there. And then obviously mark it down the side so I can see it from just the one side, well, it's all compressed and put together. And then we're gonna make probably the scariest hole I'm gonna drill of all time, is what it feels like. Because I mean, man, because you screw this up just once. I mean, there ain't no doing this a second time. So yeah, we're gonna hope for the best here. We're really hoping for the best. Yeah, I'm gonna mark all this out, and then we'll get to the fun part. Okay, we've got everything marked out. We look pretty good. We're hoping for the best here. So we've got one side marked out. I don't know if you can see it there. We got that hole marked out on that side. We got this hole marked out on this side. I'm going to clamp the barrel down here in a second and make sure it does not move, and then we're going to drill it all out and hope for the best. We're gonna prepare for the worst and hope for the best. But yeah, we'll see if we can get this thing seated in here pretty good. All right, so to finalize the project for this week, we have the, oh Jesus, we have the barrel fully inserted, the lower thimble, and then as well as the upper thimble as well. But this was very interesting. This one kind of challenged me a good bit, that's for sure. I'd say overall, project's been pretty fun. With the barrel in here, I now realize how heavy this thing actually is. But yeah, I'm pumped to finish this thing. Know we've got a good bit of the project left to go, but I'm definitely excited to see where it goes from here. So we'll see you on the next one.